So now there's a few things. We don't want to miss observation windows. And a couple things that you're going to see with fatigue. These are things that I note, and I'll take an annotation. When players are fatigued, I see very significant changes in their bracing strategy. Sometimes they don't want to have as much pushback, so they're not pushing forward to push back. A lot of times they're almost pulling. You'll hear certain terms like foot plant from above or a push and a pull. These are some things that really alert us that there's something going on, in the arm region for fatigue. We want to be able to get that. The other thing that happens, players before they have velocity losses, and you could see this probably pretty easy in video if you have a head on and they're slow motion, is that their head continually gets outside their lead knee. So this is something that I actually saw with Jordan. I mean, I looked at this in 3D data, but Jordan was just like, man, they're not tracking well. They're not stacking their head and tracking well over their lead knee. These are some simple things you can visualize to say, the delivery is impacted by the arm. All right. So these are some big things. You can catch this from the side, and you can really catch this from the front. And so when you look into the data, so I'll progress. Here's where we see our typical arm score, and we're going to go into this in more detail. And the arm score is the total strength, okay, of the arm divided by the body weight. All right. And this gives us a score, which is really a percentage out of 100. What we want to do is continually get this score higher. Where we get into trouble is that, a player might come back after an off season or in 1 year and they've lost some strength potentially over the summer and they've gained body weight. So they're getting too big and relative to their arm and it drops it down. So this is really an apex characteristic, and it also interacts with all these different mechanisms of leaning and reduced bracing. So that's a first piece that I want you guys to wrap your head around. The arm score is a big deal.